Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are going to learn how to group collected data using intervals. Now just a quick lesson overview before we get started. We are going to develop and use an appropriate interval to group collected data. Now, class intervals. What are they? Class intervals, when you have a lot of data to organize, for example, the heights of 15-year-old learners in a school, it becomes easier to manage if these heights are grouped into specific bands. Now, let's just have a look at an example. Here is an example of group data showing the heights of 32 grade 10 learners. Let's have a closer look. Between 1.2 meters to 1.29 meters, there are 0 number of learners. Then between 1.3 meters and 1.39 meters, there are 2 learners. And this carries on with all the intervals. Now let's look at an example of our own. Imagine your class has grown crystals as a science experiment. Each of the 20 crystals has been weighed, and you now want to organize the data. The weight of each of the crystals is in grams, this is important, is displayed below. So here you can see the data. Now, how do we go about to organize this? Let's take it step by step. Our first step. When determining a class interval, which is the range of data for each group, the first thing you need to decide is how many groups or classes of data that you want. So let's just scroll back. These are the groups or classes of data. Now you want to decide how many of these you want. So moving on. Let's say you decide on 6 classes for the data. Now our next step is to find the difference between the heaviest and lightest weight. Now let's go back. As we can see, our heaviest weight is 44 and our lightest weight is 19. So we figured out then that the difference between the heaviest and the lightest is 25. Now don't worry, in the next slide we are going to see why this is relevant. Now, divide the difference in this case, the difference in this case, 25 by 6. Now why 6? Remember, this is the number of classes that you chose, that you wanted. Now if you do this calculation, you get 4.16. Now we always want our class intervals to be whole numbers. So in this case, it makes sense to use a class interval of either 4 or 5. Now let's just quickly look at why. 4.16. Now our next whole numbers next to it is either 4 or 5. So this is where these two numbers came from. Now our next step. Here is what the frequency table, that summarization, looks like. Now you see we use a class interval of 5. So essentially we chose this whole number. And then let's explain it quickly. As you can see, each class of data has 5 weights. Now let's look at our first class. The first class is 19 to 23. But remember, you include 19 and you include 23. So in this class, we have weights from 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, which is 5. And now we can look at the frequencies. So in this group, we had 2. In this group, we had 5. And this 5, 4, 2, 1. If we continue looking at the frequencies per group. Now, what does this show us? Well, this part is very important. Because the data is organized, you can see the following things clearly. You can see that from most of the crystals, 14 out of 20 weighs between 24 and 38 grams. Now, how did we get this? Going back to our table, they say, and I'm going to indicate this in green, between the class intervals of 24 and 38, so starting here, going to here, you see that most of the crystals fell between these two groups. I urge you to go back to the beginning of this example and try and figure it out by yourself again, just to practice doing this. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again next time.